put the spotlight then on Kratos Studios. It's a community-based gaming platform. It operates under the IndieG brand and it's foraying into Brazil. Let's connect then with the management of the company. We have Manish Agarwal, who is the founder at Kratos Studios. Thanks so much for taking time out. So just take us through why you're looking at a global footprint and why in particular Brazil.
Hi, thank you. Thank you for having me here. For us, we are building gaming communities across the globe, and we build communities are the new distribution models, especially micro communities led by leaders which have a very strong affinity and connect with their communities. And we believe that countries like India, Brazil, Indonesia, Egypt, Nigeria, Kenya, there is a large young population which are really passionate about gaming. And our whole mission is to put gamer right in the center of this whole distribution chain so that the gamers start making money through ownership of data and through reputation, which we'll talk more in the show. Brazil as a market has very high affinity for gaming and large percentage of hardcore gamers. It's the average revenue per user is almost 6 to 7 times of India, and it is a large scale. So for us, after establishing a playbook in India, Brazil was a natural choice.
Okay, so just take us through what the outlook is in terms of how the company has performed so far. How many gamers do you have? What do your top players generate by way of average income for the company?
So if you look at it, we started building a community last year, September. This is when Kratos was founded. And since then, we have now got 820,000 gamers across Discord, Twitter, Instagram, and on our own platform. These are very passionate gamers who are playing a variety of types of games. And predominantly, our community today is 70% India and then 30% rest of the world. If you look at the business model here, the model is the game developers and publishers, they spend money today on Facebook, Google, TikTok, and other platforms. And these platforms really utilize the data of gamers to serve these game developers or publishers. Our view is that gamers' data should be owned by gamers. And we are building a bridge between game developers, publishers, and gamers on our platform, so that there is a direct connection can be established and gamers can make the money which companies spent on user acquisition or engagement or tournaments can directly flow into the community. So that's what we are really building. And we believe that the gamers should really partake in this economic value chain, which is not happening till date. And the centralized platforms are retaining the bulk of money. If you look at it in the last 6 months, we have generated roughly 5 crores worth of income for the gamers in India across 1.5 lakh gamers. And this is just the beginning. We believe a direct connection between gamers and game developers, publishers would be really scalable model across the world, because the whole ownership of data will shift to the individual rather than the centralized platforms.
Okay, take us through then a little bit more about what exactly the company does, because I believe you're helping gamers convert their skill and time and income through the quests that you guys provide. A little bit more about how exactly it works.
So on the platform, it's pretty simple. A gaming company comes and they want to really engage with certain type of gamers. Let's take an example. You are a first-person shooting game. You are in either a new studio and you are in your early stages of consumer testing, or you are in early stages of new consumer acquisition. You want relevant users. On a platform, we kind of have a cohort which is matching your need. And that cohort, we tell them, hey, listen, you have to play X number of matches, or you have to do Y number of wins, or you have to do Z number of kills. These are all parameters within the game which gaming company defines. And these are deep in-game events. And those are what we call quests. and the gamer comes and conducts this quest, which means that the gaming company is not paying for registration or install, they are paying for a deep engagement. And we believe the engagement-led model for consumer engagement or retention is the way to succeed in gaming and not just the top of the funnel acquisition for a gaming company. It's a win-win relationship between gaming company because their effective consumer acquisition cost and their potential LTV is higher. And for a gamer, they get their money for the skill and time which they are putting in the game basis their micro history.
Now, Manish, obviously, you've already been very well entrenched in this entire ecosystem, and you are aware that there is quite a bit of competition as well. So, what is the game plan to really stand out within a lot of these competing players?
So, actually, what I am very happy to share that this whole disruption of intermediaries, there is no competition today. Currently, a gaming company acquires users from centralized platforms. The game developer takes the whole risk of engagement of those gamers, and gamers get nothing. So this whole model is the value, economic value is captured by centralized tech platforms or app stores, or it is captured by the game developer. The gamer gets nothing in this whole ecosystem globally, not just in India. And we are trying to disrupt this ecosystem by saying that gamer is the reason why all of us exist. They need to own their data and they need to really make money out of it. So from a competition point of view, if you were to look at from an ideation, and it is being enabled through a blockchain, and that is where the reputation system becomes interoperable, immutable, and transparent. So there are no really competition. This is a very unique concept, which is going to be the concept in next 7-10 years, because the communities, as I mentioned, will be the backbone of any gaming company's success. As far as if I will zoom out and look at, there is incumbent, there are centralized platforms, they have huge amount of leg up on the depth of data, breadth of scale. But one thing which is they don't have is that anyone who is saying that I have 500,000 people in my group, that's not a community. I call it a crowd. What we are building is micro communities of 100, 150 people. Avanne is a leader of it, and she knows people of her group. She is very close to them. And sum total of these micro communities is going to be really creating a large platform. So our view is the micro communities are the way to go with the decentralized leadership, which is run by their own people whom they know, and they keep meeting physically, digitally. That's how the communities will be built, and that will disrupt because of agility, because of the size, the large homogeneous or behemoth community platform.
All right. What about the, the imposition of the 28% GST? That doesn't in any way affect your company, right? In terms of the online gaming?
Yes, it doesn't, because we are a distribution platform. We are not a skill-based real money gaming platform, and we are not an operator which is running those games. And that doesn't affect us at all.
What is the outlook then in terms of how you're looking to really build the business? What's in, the growth plan? Because I believe that you all will be looking at a decentralized system using blockchain technology. How exactly is that going to work?
So, if you were to kind of look at it, this is a sum total of 12, 13, 14 years of gaming which I have spent, and I really want to use a business model which can create social economic impact for the gamers at scale. We want to really generate a micro income, supplementary income, primary income, depending upon what is the per capita income of their household for 10 million, 15 million people, so that we are really kind of changing the perception that gaming is a waste of time to gaming is really good for family, good for individual, and it's a career which somebody can really look at it. So that's something is what we are really driven about. And that's our end goal, that how do we make that impact at scale? And for that, we are working in a very decentralized manner where me and my team want to work hard to become dispensable very soon and let the organization or the new nation of gamers which we are building is run decentralized by the community, and they are taking decisions. And those are the tools and those are the systems we'll build over next 3-4 years for progressive decentralization.
All right, good to have you on board. Thanks so much for joining in and giving us a sense as to how really the gaming industry is evolving and, of course, your plans.
Thank you. This is unstoppable rise of communities for gaming, and that's what is going to happen. Thank you very much.